What is up? My name's Brad and this is Operation GameCube. Now, for any of you that are new to the channel, in this series we're trying to build a GameCube collection starting off with just £10 by using our charity shops, our car boots, our Facebook marketplace, looking for stuff for cheap that we can sell for a profit to build a game fund to buy GameCube bangers. So last week we added another game to the collection, bringing us up to a grand total of 22 games, 2 boxed accessories and some bongos. We also picked up this Star Wars The Clone Wars, which I already have, so we offered a little giveaway for it in the last episode, and I'll be drawing a winner of it at the end of this video, so stick around for that. But anyway, let's get into this episode and do the updates to the game fund. I'm still writing them down because I cannot remember. I'm getting old, guys. But the first thing we sold this week was that AEW World Championship belt. That went for $18.99. We then sold that 1993 Ford Explorer from Jurassic Park, the 2020 Mattel release. That went for £15. The next thing we sold was that Man United blue jersey. We've had that a little while now. I'm glad to be rid of that. That went for £11.14. We sold that Sting Blu-ray. Don't know if you remember, a brand new sealed Sting Blu-ray. I think it was in Paris or something. That went for $9.99. We sold another one of them Prisoner Cell Block H box sets. This time it was Volume 3 and it went for $19.99. And the last thing we sold was that, how do you say it, Sprigatito, I think that's how you say it, Pokemon plush. That went on Vinted for $9.99. So after all deductions, that is a grand total of this to add to the game fund for a grand total of this. So yeah, game fund is still looking pretty healthy. We're actually going to car boot tomorrow morning, bank holiday car boot. So we're going to go hit that and then we'll just see how the rest of the week goes. So let's just go. What is up, everybody? So we started off the week with a Monday morning bank holiday car boot, and I have to admit this is the first time I've ever been to a bank holiday car boot, and I did have high expectations. I thought it would eclipse any sort of weekend car boot, but it was quite a bit smaller than the car boot I went to a couple of days prior. But we had to make do with what we had. It was great to go. It was an additional car boot that we wouldn't have had otherwise. So I just tried to make the best of it and find what I could. I did manage to find a few bits and pieces here and there. And the fact that we started the week this way was a bonus in my eyes. It's always good to start the week off with a couple of finds, just to get the ball rolling and take the pressure off, if you like. So yeah, I had a little look about. The weather was lovely. Had a good butcher, see what it was about, grab what we could. Now this dude is a trader. He was putting out a bunch of stuff. You can see there, loads of PS1 stuff. And he actually had some GameCube games, which was quite mad. It would have been quite cool to pick up a GameCube game for the collection at a car boot. But unfortunately the ones he had on offer weren't on our list. And nothing I really wanted to pick up, which was a bit of a shame. Prices weren't terrible on them GameCube games. They were there and thereabouts. But yeah, unfortunately not on this occasion, but hopefully in the future we will be finding GameCube games at a car boot. Cool little Pokemon plushie here, Cubone. And this was a pretty good find. This was a dash cam and it looked brand new. It looked absolutely never used. So yeah, I had a little look at this. I think she had £4 on it. After hitting the car boot on our way home, me and the boy popped to a couple of charity shops. Just to try our luck, see what it was about. I didn't think many would be open on a bank holiday, but this one was, thankfully. So I had a little look at the DVDs first before I made my way to the till. In this charity shop, they keep all their games behind the till, so I pop up there and have an ask and see what games they had on offer. Little Mario here in the glass cabinet as I was waiting. And these were the games they had on offer, a few Xbox 360 games. There were a couple of decentish games here, so I did end up picking up 1 or 2, so it wasn't a wasted trip. Right guys, so I just stopped at a charity shop on the way back from the car boot. Saw some games in there, asked if I could have a look. Picked up 3 games here. Took them to the till and they were checking them inside, obviously, to see if they're in there. And they checked Dead Rising Collection, and because it had 3 discs, they charged me £2 per disc, which I think is wild. I'd still paid it, still worth picking up. It's like a £15 game, so £6 into 15 is not too bad, but I don't know how I feel about that. £2 a disc. I mean, you couldn't sell it, I'll just take the 1 disc in the case, so you'd have to buy it all together. So that's a bit of an odd one. Let me know in the comments below if you've seen stuff like that before. But yeah, still picked up a couple of games, so it's not too bad. So let's crack on. Right guys, so you don't need me to tell you what we're doing. We do this every week. We're on our way to the post office and then the charity shops. But while I'm on my way, I wanted to ask you guys a question. So I had a comment on one of my videos recently, and it was basically, how do I juggle collecting family, work and life and everything? And how do I fit in the collecting hobby and all that sort of stuff? So I thought it might make an interesting video if I did maybe like a full week in the life of B-Rad, where I show you literally everything I do and how I fit this hobby and collecting around my day-to-day and stuff like that. Let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see it. It'll be an additional video on top of these episodes. So yeah, let me know in the comments below. I want to put out more content. I thought it might make a cool video. Let me know what you guys think. But let's get to the post office. Let's go. So from the post office, we headed to the local charity shops. Now, I'm in these charity shops all the time. The staff are probably sick of the sight of me, but I try and get there as often as I can. Now, my boy is an avid charity shop hunter. He is fantastic in there. He spots things I cannot see. He saw this Fitbit here, had £7 on it. There was a couple of quid in it if I wanted to sell it, but my boy is technology obsessed and he wanted to buy this for himself, so I allowed him to buy it for himself. Well, I bought it for him, but yeah, that was his win. Right everyone, so I just had a tip off in that last charity shop. The lady that works there said they had a bunch of PS2 games in the other shop yesterday. I don't know if they're still going to be there, but we're going to head down and have a look. So fingers crossed we're going to find a bunch of PS2 games and good ones at that. So let's go. So I made my way as quick as possible to the charity shop. It's not too far around the corner. Headed straight for the section where they keep their games to have a good look and see what these PS2 games were saying. Unfortunately, it was nothing crazy. What was I expecting, really? I tried to give myself positive thoughts on the way, you know, reciting some heavy-hitting PS2 games in the hopes that they would materialise before my eyes. But unfortunately, it was nothing crazy. Nothing great, really, to be honest. Just a bunch of FIFAs and Pros and that Liverpool game as well. And yeah, it's a bit of a shame, but then what did I expect, really? Still had a good butchers. They had a couple of games on the bottom shelf as well. £2 I think a game they had in here, which isn't too bad. They're the sort of prices I like, but just unfortunately there was nothing worth picking up. It was a bit of a shame, but it is what it is. So our last stop of the week was our Sunday morning car boot. It was great to be back to our early morning Sunday car boot. Had a little look around. I didn't grab a great deal of footage there. Kept bumping into the lads and having a good conversation with them. And yeah, we quickly realised it wasn't the greatest car boot. So I sort of just mooched about leisurely. You know, like I said, chatting to the boys, catching up, seeing what they've been up to. And yeah, it was nice to see them. And managed to grab a few bits and pieces here and there. But it just is what it is. The weather was absolutely shocking, and when the weather's shocking, it keeps the sellers at home, but it sends all the buyers to the only car boots that are still running on days like that. And yeah, it was just an overdose of buyers and an underdose of sellers, if you like. So yeah, a bit of a shame really, but to come away with a few bits and pieces, I was happy enough. And it got me up early on a Sunday morning, so I managed to be really productive and got loads of stuff done, so silver linings and all that. But I'll catch you back in the games room. And we are back in the games room, and it's been a good week. Not a fantastic week, but still a good week. Picked up some bits and pieces to try and sell or trade. I've also got a couple of parcels here to open, so fingers crossed add a couple games into the collection. One comes courtesy of CX, and the other is a vintage order. Now, we started this week off at Car Boot, and we finished it at a car boot. But before we get into any of them pickups, let's do the updates to the game fund. Now, we spent all of that CEX credit, and you'll see why once we get into that package. So we can deduct all of that now, and we spent £73.25 out of the game fund, so we can deduct that now. That is for all the stuff we picked up to try and sell or trade, plus this Vinted order, and a little bit I had to put onto the CEX order as well. So yeah, let's get straight into the pickups from the car boot. Like I said, we started off at a car boot and we finished at one, so let's do this stuff in order. So not the best car boots by any means, but to come home with some stuff and not come home empty-handed is always a win to me. So the first thing we found at the first car boot was this Cooking Mama for the Wii. I think I paid £1 for it, trades in for £3. And the next one is something that used to be somewhat of a staple. It's dropped down in value a little bit now, but it is Coraline. I paid 25p for it. I think it only trades in for £1.40 now, but not too bad. I think CEX sell it for like £6. So yeah, this one's gone down a bit. Hopefully it'll go up again. Who knows? The next pickup is a Pokemon plush. Now, I've been doing pretty well with the Pokemon plush lately. Never seen this one before, and it is a Cubone. Yeah, one of the original 151. I know what this one is called. Pretty mad though. Doesn't it wear the skull of his mother, of his dead mother? Let me know in the comments below if I'm completely wrong. Call me out, but I believe that's what they do. Yeah, I think he's kind of a cool looking Pokemon. Looks kind of mean, doesn't he? But yeah, anyway, I paid £1 for it. Hopefully around a £10 plus. We will see. It's a nice size. So the next pickup is a couple of Funko Pops. Now, I've gone from not picking these up at all to picking them up for the third time in a row. I paid £1 for the pair. They are loose again. But the first one is this. I think it's Captain Marvel or Miss Marvel. Let me know in the comments below. I don't think this one's going to sell for very much. If I can get a couple quid for it, I'll be happy. This one here is a little bit better. I think he's called Snake Eyes from Motu. He's cool looking Funko Pop there. Master of the Universe, hopefully maybe around £5-6. It was slim pickings at the car boot, I have to be honest. So to grab a couple bits there. But this is the definite winner of the day, the pickup of the day. It is this Next Base dash cam. Now when I picked it up, I had a look inside, and the thing is brand new pretty much. It's still in its cellophane, never been used. All the cables and stuff are still wrapped up, never been opened. So yeah, this thing is pretty much brand new, I believe. She asked £4. I paid £4 for it. CEX actually give you £13 trade for this. They sell it for like £22. I might try my luck on eBay and get around the £20-25 mark if I can. But yeah, keep an eye out for these because CEX will take them in for trade. It's mad though, if you have a look on the app, the A grade and the B grade, there's no difference in value. From what I could see anyway. But yeah, keep your eyes out for these dash cams. They do trade in, but this was definitely the find of the day. Hopefully, like I said, either £20-25 on eBay or at worst case, £13 in CEX. So that is everything we picked up from the first car boot, the Bank Holiday Monday car boot. Now, I actually managed to get to a bunch of charity shops this week, but charity shops haven't been doing that great for me recently. I don't know why it would, but I'm hoping that it's something to do with it being the summer holidays. So I'm hoping now once the kids go back to school and normality resumes, the charity shops pick up for me again because we were doing super well in them and it's all just gone a bit downhill from here at the minute. Having said that, I did find a couple of games in the first charity shop I went to. You saw in the footage, I thought it was kind of odd how they priced them up. But it was a couple of games. The first one was Fallout New Vegas. Now this is a speculation again. I think I actually have about 3 or 4 of these sitting over there that I'm holding on to see if the price spikes when the next season of Fallout comes out. So I don't know if it's going to, but maybe it will, so we will see. But this was the one that I had a bit of a grievance with, and it is the Dead Rising collection. Now, do you know what it is? If they turned around to me and said that game is £6, I think I kind of would have swallowed it and been like, well, okay, I understand. But it's the fact that they started counting the discs and they're like, 1, 2, that's the £2 a disc, was I thought was kind of odd, and it didn't make sense to me. Does that make sense to you? That's my logic. If she said £6, I would have been like, oh, got it, it's £6, but it's £6. I'll pay £6 or whatever. But the fact that she started counting the discs up, because there was actually another copy of Fallout, I think it was Fallout 4 or Fallout 3, for the Xbox 360, and that's a 2-disc game. And she wanted to charge me £4 for that. Even though one of the discs, I believe, is just the download content. I'm not too sure, but yeah, man, when she started counting the discs, I was a bit put them back. Let me know in the comments below your opinions. I'd love to know. But my logic was, if she'd said £6, I would have swallowed it and bought it. I bought it anyway, but I was aggrieved by it because she charged me per disc. I don't know. That's just the way of thinking. But anyway, it's a £15 game. That's why I paid £6 for it. So I'm more than doubling my money. Yeah, it trades in for like 9 quid, I think. So it's not too bad at all. And again, this one is a speculation. So that's everything I had from the charity shops. Not great, I know. But like I said, hopefully things will pick up once the kids are back in school. And then we managed to get to a car boot again today. The early morning car boot, I've been super productive today. I'm actually real proud of myself. Went to the car boot. I was there for about quarter to 5. Finished up there about 7:30. Went to the gym, did a workout, and I was home before the rest of the family got up. And I'd already done the car boot and the gym. So yeah, I was proud of myself. Just thought I'd share that with you guys. But anyway, enough of me. Let's get into what I picked up in that car boot. So again, not the greatest car boot. Now, it was absolutely hammering it down today. So a lot of the other car boots were called off or cancelled. So a lot more of the buyers were at this one. But because of the weather again, there weren't that many sellers. So it was kind of not the best mix. So there wasn't a great deal of stuff there. It was very slim picking. So to come away with the stuff I did, I'm pretty happy with. So the first thing I found was this Turtle Beach headset. This is the Recon 50X. I have no idea. It looks kind of brand new. It's still in the package and stuff here. Looks pretty good to me. Looks like it's never been used, to be honest. I think this trades in for like £11. So yeah, I paid 2 quid into 11. Not too bad at all. The next pickup was a bundle of manga. You know me, guys. I always pick this stuff up, and it's not the quickest of sellers. It can just sit there. But if I can get a couple quid out of them, that's a win for me. So the first one is Naruto 51. No idea. The next one is Darren Shan. The Saga of Darren Shan, Volume 2. I think Volume 1's in here as well. You've got, oh my goodness. What's this, Volume 1, is it? Volume 2? Oh my goodness, Volume 1. So I'd probably bundle them two together. Sword Art Online Eingrad. No idea. Prison School, number 1. These are quite hefty, man. And again, Darren Shan, Volume 1. So I'll probably bundle the two Darren Shan. I think that's how you say it. So yeah, I paid, she asked for a quid each. I picked up 7. She said she's doing for a £5. So yeah, £5 there. I think that's pretty good. So if I can get 3-4 quid each or somewhere around that, I will be happy. You know me, guys, I pick this stuff up all the time. If I put all the stuff I have currently for sale together, I'd have a pretty big stack. So hopefully it starts shifting soon. Next pickup is a lightsaber. That's right, another lightsaber. You know me, I'm so predictable. If I see them and they're cheap enough, I'm picking them up. They do sell pretty well for me. I have none at the minute currently for sale. And at one point, I think I had 5 or 6. So yeah, this one here is 2002 Hasbro. I'm not sure whose lightsaber it is. Let me know in the comments below if you know. But it's a pretty good one because it has the push release. A lot of them nowadays just sort of fall in and out. They don't have anything to sort of stop them. 2 quid, hopefully 12, 15, we will see. And this bad boy is the pickup of the day, the find of the day, the find that made it all worth it. And it is this, I think this is his name, Benson from Toy Story 4. He is the ventriloquist dummy. If you remember the scene, or you remember when they're in that like antique shop, these are the two like bodyguards, there's 2 of them, and they sort of chase Woody down and like grab him up and stuff. This thing is pretty cool. I actually really like it. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Slappy from the Goosebumps series. But anyway, I paid 3 quid for this, and I looked on eBay, and in better condition than this, granted, they sell for about 75, 80 quid. So yeah, he is definitely the find of the day. It's a little bit scuffed on his bow tie, as you can see. He needs a bit of a clean on his face. But the bow tie is the only real bit of damage we're looking at him now. So hopefully I can get somewhere around that mark. If I can get 50 odd for him, I'll be very, very happy. So yeah, keep your eyes out for this. I've sold like the more obscure Toy Story characters before. We had that big yellow guy, I can't remember his name now. We had him right at the beginning of this series and we sold him for about 15, 20 quid. So yeah, these sort of B characters in Toy Story, they didn't make a great deal of the toys. They probably didn't sell a great deal of them because they weren't the main characters. So if you do see them, characters like this, definitely look them up. There could be some value in them, very much like this bad boy. So yeah, that was everything from the car boots and the charity shops this week. I'm happy with how it's gone. There's a few nice bits and pieces there with some decent profit. There's some other stuff that we can stick up and hopefully get a couple quid for. Plus, there is a bit of trade there as well, which is always fantastic. Now, I did grab a couple of games for myself for the collection. The first one is this Red Dead Revolver. I think I paid £1 for it in the charity shop. And this thing is like I think it's like a £12 game, something like that. It'll give you like 3 or 4 quid trade. But yeah, this is going into the collection. The next one is from the car boot. It's NHL 18. Nothing crazy. I paid £1 for this. It's like a £4 game. Can't beat a bit of NHL. I love a game like this that you can just chuck on and have a game. You know, like a FIFA or a Madden. You know, any sort of sports title like that is good for a quick 10 minutes, 15 minutes if you've got a friend round. So wishful thinking, Brad, you ain't got no friends. But you know what I mean. These are good titles just to throw in and play. Obviously, you've got to download them, whatever, these days. But you know what I'm saying. And the next pickup is one of my favourite games ever, probably. It's probably definitely in my top 10 games of all time. And it is Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Now, I completed this ages ago, back on the PS3, but I don't have it on the PS4. I paid £1 for it. It's like an £8 game, trades in for £4. But I absolutely love this game. I am a fanboy of the Assassin's Creed franchise. I have been since day one. I have to admit, it's definitely dropped off a little bit for me in recent years. But this, by far, is probably my favourite Assassin's Creed game. I love the first two. I love Brotherhood. I love this. I wasn't a fan of the third one. Unity was pretty good. Rogue was good. I haven't played a couple of the later ones. I played a little bit of Origins. I played a little bit of Odyssey. Valhalla I was really enjoying, but I sort of fell off that as well. But anyway, I digress, man. I love the series, and this game by far is my favourite. Definitely top 10 games of all time for me. Assassin's Creed and Pirates. I love me some Pirates, man. So yeah, that's everything we picked up from the car boots and charity shops this week. Like I said, not fantastic, but the kids are back in school soon, so hopefully things will pick up in the charity shops. Fingers crossed. But anyway, let's get into the pickups for the collection. Let's do this one first because it is the cheaper of the two. This is a vintage order. I had it a little bit cheaper than what they sell it for in CX. It is a fantastic game by all accounts, and it is Super Smash Bros. Melee. The All-Star Brawl is on. Nintendo's biggest stars are all here. Duke it out with Mario, Link, Donkey Kong, the Ice Climbers, and many, many more. The craziest four-player fighting game of all time returns for a frantic, fun-filled Nintendo GameCube Melee. Pick a classic character and enter the fray. Fantastic pickup. Absolutely love this series. The one on the N64 is childhood for me. I absolutely love that game. Yeah, so grab this one on the GameCube. It's fantastic. It is complete with the manual, and the disc is in pretty good nick, I believe. I remember from the pictures. Yeah, very happy with the disc. I paid 24 quid all in for it. I think they sell it for like £28 in CX. So yeah, great to add this to the collection. Let's stick it on the shelf and knock it off the list. It's down there, mate, for now. We'll put you in a proper place later. And the list is looking smaller and smaller by the week. Where are we? Where are we? Super Smash Bros. Right there. So hopefully we'll be picking that list up again and knocking another game off the list. Now this one comes courtesy of CX. Actually shout out Robert, absolute legend. He messaged me on Instagram, said he'd just been to Bridgend, saw this in the window, looked pretty good nick. So I went online and I bought it. Now this game is mad, like I bought it in this sort of edition, if you like. And there's £100 difference between this one and the standard edition. Now is it worth it? Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. But anyway, let's just open this bad boy up. It doesn't have a pull tab, which is unusual. It's just one of them things. So let's open it up. And here it is. It is Mario Party 7. So let's have a little look at it first. It is not perfect by any means. The box has some wear and tear along the edges. But that doesn't bother me. I'm not a mint collector by any means. You watched Operation N64, you will know that. But yeah, looking at it, it looks okay. There is a sticker here on the bottom, which we can get off. Just looks a bit tatty. But the colours are there. It is not sun faded by any means. Yeah, looking all right. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with the outside box. And the outside box is the most important bit because I think the inside is fine. Yeah, Mario Party 7. It's minty, man. Let's have a look inside. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. And let's have a look at the microphone. That's right, this thing comes with a microphone to play the game. That's all it comes with. The box with the microphone and the game. And the price difference between just buying the game on its own and this is £100. So you are paying £100 for a cardboard box and a microphone. Is it worth it? To me, yes. I think it's great to have it in your collection. I believe that Mario Party 6 comes in exactly the same way with a microphone. So I probably won't get Mario Party 6 the same. I'll probably just get the game on its own. What do I need two mics for? But it's nice to have both sort of variations in the collection. So yeah, great to add this in. I'm very happy with it actually. It looks fantastic. The colours are still there, which is the most important. I don't mind a little bit of wear on the edges. I really don't. Because once we put it in a protective case, you won't even see any of that. So let's do that right now. I have one right here. I actually bought this for when we tried to pick up Mario Party 6. So yeah, finally got to put something in it. And look at that. That looks a thing of beauty. Very happy with this. It's great to add it into the collection. This is probably the heaviest hitter on price. I think Chibi Robo actually was probably about the same price. So yeah, great to knock this off the list. And like I said, it means we don't have to worry with Mario Party 6. But anyway, let's stick him on the shelf and knock him off the list. Just there for now. Mario Party 7. So just one Mario Party left on the list. And that is everything from this week. But before we go, it's time to do the giveaway for the Star Wars, the Clone Wars. Now what I'll do is, what I always do is I'll stick all the comments in one of them random comment generators, and it'll pick someone at random to win this bad boy, which I'll do right now. And the winner is up here in the corner. Well done you. You have won this. Reach out to me the best way you can. Instagram's a good way. Reach out to me and we'll get this sent out to you as soon as possible. Don't worry if you didn't win it. As always, we'll be doing more giveaways in the future. So yeah, stick around for them. But if you enjoyed this episode, as always, let me know by smashing that like button. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. And we'll see you next week. Peace.